Hello. Hello. Hi, everybody. Hello. Hello. How is everyone? Summer camp. I just came from watching it too and tweeting about it and freaking out a little bit. But yes, the summer camp. Hi. Yeah. Summer camp stressed me out as well. Stares into the distance. Hi. How is everybody? Hi out there. Wait a minute. Still can't move on from summer camp. Mood. Mood. Totally unexpected. Not for me. Not for me. I was like, oh, there it is. Called it. I don't even remember which reading it was, but I told a lot of my viewers that a summer camp or a summer package thing was going to happen. Do we need to buy the kit in order to watch it? Yes. You do. You do. Like any other YG artist, you have to buy their summer package unless a fellow treasure maker, a friendly one, uploads it. I thought it's free on YouTube. No. I mean, so they posted the pre-order to it and it comes with the footage. It comes with the footage. See, kit video. Pre-order notice has been uploaded. You guys, come on now. You got to read. Did you not read? Read the fine print. It literally says pre-order notice, kit video. This is not free on YouTube. They're probably going to upload clips, but not the full footage. I think you literally just saw the video and then just didn't want to read after. Yeah, it's like, yeah, basically the same thing. Exactly, Chris. So she mentioned that their 2021 welcome, their New Year welcoming kit, it's like that. So what do you mean? What is it about? Did you not watch the preview? So a lot of summer packages are like that, especially under YG Entertainment. So Winner has had a few summer packages. So did iKON. I mean, even like iKON went to what Saipan and iKON went to Saipan and what Bali, and then um, Winner went to Guam and Hawaii, also Philippines, Palawan, right? And then Blackpink also went to Hawaii. They have their summer packages. So it's not, I mean, obviously the Treasure can't travel because of the pandemic, but yeah. It's the same thing. Basically, Team Treasure had to make do. So I hope the rich Tumes upload it somewhere for us broke Tumes to see. I'm sure they will. Yeah. Anyways, I knew this was coming and I saw it coming a long time ago. I even told you it was going to happen. And this will happen probably every year. So I told you guys this. You're going to get New Year, which is welcoming. the welcoming kit before. So you're going to get that every new year, and then you're going to get summer packages, and then bonus wise, you might even get winter packages. Anyway, yeah, welcome to the Stan life. Welcome to the Stan life. Am I gonna get it? Maybe, because I like collecting summer packages. I like collecting summer packages. I have Big Bangs, I have all of Winners, I have all of Icons, I even have Blackpinks. And I do want to get at least Treasure's first one. So I don't collect too much stuff, but I do like the summer packages because they normally do really well with the quality of packaging. So yeah, I'm gonna do that. It looks cute. I saw the graphic poster. I'm like, ooh, that's cute. I will definitely use my. We'll see. I've been working how many hours anyway, so I should be okay. And this is why I work nonstop, because for reasons like this. Okay. All right. So, important thing today is we're going to read GQ. So, welcome, guys. What do you think it will be like? What the footage or the content? Like the packaging? Call me weird, but I buy for that for sure because I want their tears. I'm dead. You want to buy it because you saw them crying? Is that what it is? Yeah, if I get it, I'll probably for sure do an unboxing. I would say, so looking at the preview, so you know how they're playing red light, green light? So Icon did that in their summer package in Hawaii. And then they were reading letters to each other. It was very similar to Icon as well. I remember Icon, there was one footage in Icon Summer. I think this was in, I forgot where it was. But there wasn't letters to each other, but it was letters from their parents. Like letters, secret letters that their parents sent them. And then, yeah. So it could be either or. It could be letters from their loved ones or letters to each other. And the thing is it's called Treasure Summer Camp. So basically like a camp, it's like a retreat. It's going to be like a retreat. So they're going to do games, they're going to do, activities, but also there's going to be sentimental moments. And it's the same thing with Winner. Winner had it as well, like towards the end of their summer packages. I think this is the one in Palawan, Philippines. They also wrote letters to each other. So, yeah. It's going to be the same concept. All right, so moving on, guys, we're going to start the reading. If you just got in here, welcome. Hello, was the Masho Asahi reading postponed yesterday? Yep, it was definitely postponed yesterday because of the full moon, so you can blame the full moon all you want. The energy was not well. Their energy was like kind of not aligned, so I had to not do the reading for them, and I pushed it to August 2nd. So because that was the next opening slot that I could put Masho and Asahi's dynamic reading. So yeah, that got pushed. It's to August 2nd. Okay. And so today we're reading GQ. So thank you guys to all the payers of this reading. This was a group funding, but I do have a list of questions from all the ones that funded this reading. So thank you so much. This is the second time I'm reading GQ's dynamic reading. However, the first time I read GQ was much more of a vague reading. It was vague because it was free. GQ reading was technically free because I read them from a request from a payer that wanted, who was it? Harukyuu and GQ. So that was much more free because she just wanted those extra questions. So I said, you know what, I'll do that one for free and I won't ask too many questions. So now this is an actual in-depth reading, okay? I am happy that the first year after debut is in pandemic, or else they would be doing Endless Japan tour. True. Hello, Marisol. Welcome back. Someone pay for Haruki. What do you mean? I already read Haruki. Aninga? I already read Haruki. Where were you when I read Haruki? Where were you when I read Haruki? Yeah, I already read him. Okay, let's see. All right, we're going to get started. Jan, do you also do personal dynamic readings? I do. Yes, I do. You can use the tier of like love relationships. It's the same thing. All you have to do is just, if you go to my website, I have a tier there. It says basically love reading, or I guess you could use that as a personal dynamic. It doesn't have to be romantic. Even though it says personal love reading, you can use that. You can use that aspect. It doesn't have to be romantic. I saw that someone is booked a unit. Is someone out there interested to book J-Line unit? Yeah, if you want to book a J-Line unit, that would be dope. Yeah, someone started a group funding for 2001, 2004 line. I was like, oh shoot. She was like, hi, I want to start a group funding for 2004, 2001, 2004 line. And I'm like, oh, okay. And she chipped in. So that's updated in the tracker. So you guys can check that out. But yeah. So if you want to chip in, go ahead and DM me on Twitter and we can discuss. But yeah, let's begin. Welcome, guys, to the stream. Welcome to the channel. We're going to read GQ today. Thank you again to the pairs. I have your questions. But yeah, as you are watching this live stream, even though this is a tarot reading, please watch this with a grain of salt. Nothing I ever say today out of these messages are 100% definite, factual, or fixated. Nothing I say is set in stone because the universe is always working, energy is always shifting, and people like Jihoon and Junkyu still have the free will of choice to, create their own future. Okay, so again, watch this with a grain of salt. Use your own intuition, use your own discernment. Okay, I do have personal readings open. I have slots available up until October. Please take advantage of that before I'm like fully booked. Those that want to chip into other fundings ongoing, we have pretty much, let's see, who is being funded right now? I can't recall, but let's see. We have currently being funded. Let's see. So yeah, I have 2001, 2004 line. That's at 57%. Jaehyuk and Yoshi is almost fully funded. That's 70%. We have Doyoung Mashio's dynamic, which is at 37%. We have the the Brave Brothers, which is Hyunsuk, Jaehyuk, Jihoon, Junkyu. It's only 6%. We have Yoshiruto at 5%. Blackpink group reading at 19%. YG New Girl Group at 10%. And Junbin, or Junit and Hanbin from iKON, at 10%. So yeah, if you want to chip in for any of those fundings, you can DM me on Twitter. Okay. Yeah. And personal readings or any kind of reading you want, go ahead and check my website on the pinned chat or in the description box below. All right. Is Hyunsuk and Junkyu dynamic reading already done? Nope, not yet. My schedule for all my readings are on the community tab. So please check that on my YouTube homepage. You can check that. Go to my home, click community, check the latest post. The schedule's there. All right, so let's start. I have the list of questions from everyone that funded, and I even asked Twitter earlier to send me in your questions as well. So I didn't choose all of them, so I picked questions that I thought were pretty good or not invasive and was respectful. So yeah, I chose some. So if I didn't choose your question, I apologize. And obviously Jason is here. My spirit guide is here. So let's get into it. We're going to first check on their energy. I did meditate on Jihoon and June today. They're feeling pretty good. But let's double check. How is Jihoon doing today? How is Jihoon doing today? We have the Queen of Pentacles. So is doing well. Busy now. Hearing and feeling the energy or momentum of practice, not exactly working, but much more like repetitive energy. So kind of getting something done in a repetitive mode, which kind of fits in the practice mode. Okay, so there is that. Jihoon's doing pretty good. Okay, good. We have the Nine of Swords in reverse. Nine of Swords in reverse talks about kind of breaking out of your shell. I was channeling this earlier. I know that they're finally out of quarantine. So it's funny because like when I was meditating on Jihoon and Junkyu earlier, how do I say this? Basically, what I felt when I was meditating on them, Jihoon's just like, oh my God, thank God I can go out. Because Jihoon just cannot keep still. Jihoon just cannot keep still. So the Nine of Swords in reverse says he's like finally feeling the sense of freedom. And he's like, oh my God, thank goodness I could do other things. So I want to make a Jinhwan and J-Line funding. Sure, why not? Sure, why not? Let me know. Okay, now how is Junkyu doing? How is Junkyu doing? Honestly, I don't think Junkyu was phased because what did he say? He was literally, I've been in quarantine for 20 years of my life. I was like, what a mood. You know, I don't think he was bugged out about that. Junkyu was just like, okay, cool. I get to chill in my room or whatever. Okay, how's Junkyu doing? Yeah, Junkyu's doing well. We have the Two of Pentacles, so he's kind of working on other things. He's kind of doing a little bit of like priorities, responsibilities. We have Judgment. So Judgment, he's kind of okay. So while he's managing some other things, the Judgment card just talks about something that he's like mentally preparing himself for. So let me kind of get a clarifier there. What is going on there? So he's mentally focused on an idea that he's excited about. So yeah, pretty good energy. These are all good energy here for both Junkyu and Jihoon. So let's get into the reading. Okay. Let's see. Thank you. All right, so Treasure Summer Camp Appigen. I feel broke. Mood. Junkyu will just be having a normal day. Remember, he's always in quarantine, as he said. So the video would be in both of the packages. Yes, it would. It definitely would. It's just different ways of using it. Or if you have a DVD, you can use a DVD. If you don't have DVD players anymore and you want to do it through an app, you can use the kit. So it'd be like that. Okay. All right, let's go and start the standard flow of questions. How were they when they first met? How were they when they first met? How were they initially when they first met? No way, really? Actually, no, I remember this from the first time I read GQ. I remember now. Actually, I think they said this in an interview too, now that I remember it. So, okay. Okay, when they first met, it's how do I say this? It's like instant connection. We have the Six of Cups, right? Six of Cups. It was like a kind of like looking in the mirror feeling. Kind of looking in the mirror feeling. Like they both were in similar situations, confidence wise. Why do I say that? We have the Eight of Cups here. Eight of Cups is contemplative energy, asking yourself whether you want to go or leave. And when they first met, it's almost like, oh, yeah, you get me? And they just kind of bumped back and forth, right? Bumping back and forth in terms of the situation when they converse, say like, oh, you understand what you understand where I'm coming from, kind of thing. That's the feeling there. However, it wasn't the most uplifting energy because we have the Nine of Swords upright this time. So the Nine of Swords upright talks about both of them sharing the similar vibe, like being on edge in terms of their trainee days. Okay, so Nine of Swords, this was like the icebreaker. The icebreaker was about the hardship that they were experiencing within themselves or as trainees, whatever their career, like trying what to establish in the beginning. So when they first met, they had this as like their common ground, the hardship, the trial. But again, that Six of Cups energy comes in between, and it's like, oh, you get what I'm coming from. Like you actually understand what I'm like dealing with here emotionally, mentally. So yeah. Yep. Okay. Let's see with Ji-hoon's individual energy, please. What was Ji-hoon's individual energy? Yeah. Ji-hoon's individual energy. He was already, I think because Ji-hoon has had a long history of trial and error trying to get where he is today, he was already kind of energetically tired. So we have the Four of Swords in reverse. So it's this kind of card coming up. It's like always fighting without resting, always in battle mode without resting, always, doing too much for yourself, even though you're not giving yourself enough time to give yourself a pause, a break, a breather. So Ji-hoon energetically was like really tired. Like he doesn't show it because Four of Swords, fours are about not showing it. Fours are more internal. So four is kind of just like internalizing your grief, your hardship, your fatigue, your tiredness. And so rest and recuperation was needed, but Ji-hoon never really made time for that for himself in the beginning. So yeah, that's Ji-hoon's individual energy. What about Junkyu? Oh, that's a lot of cards. Just one card's fine. Thank you. Junkyu? I said one card, but okay. Okay, you can stay there. Right. So we have the King of Cups in reverse. So both reverse cards. I told you that they had the common ground of hardship, right? With that Nine of Swords. So their common ground is like experiencing hardship together. So Ji-hoon, he was tired. Junkyu, it's much more about the confidence thing towards himself, like looking at himself and feeling like not good enough, feeling like he lacks a lot of things. So he looks at himself, he's like, I don't think I'm doing enough. And he feels like I should be doing more. I should be like on my A game all the time. And so the King of Cups talks about emotionally not looking at yourself at a proper fit, right? And being very sensitive about it, being super on edge and unable to talk about it, unable to share that kind of, emotion. And that's why they kind of have that in the common ground with the Nine of Swords. So yeah. All right. All right. Cool. Jihoon said they became close when they both did not do well on their monthly evaluation, and they both talked about it. That's why. I see. Yeah, I don't remember when. I think I remember hearing that. I don't remember where or what interview that was from. Maybe that was Weverse. Was that Weverse? I don't remember. It was somewhere, but yeah. Okay, moving on. Ate did Mashio Asahi reading yesterday pushed through. Sorry. Nope. It is pushed to August 2nd. V Live. Okay. V Live. Yes, that's okay. Yeah, V Live. Sounds about right. From his V Live coming home from Inkigayo, right? Okay. All right, let's start. Let me clear this energy here, though. Let's clear it because that was kind of card. We're not at predictions yet, but okay. I knew this already, but okay. I'll leave that there for now. My cards are excited. They're like, hey, did you know? Yes, I know, card. I cannot. I'm dead. Okay. So, moving on forward. My cards are excited. Anyways, we'll start with Jihoon. What is Jihoon's contribution to this dynamic with Junkyu? Ate, why can't I find the Harukyuu reading in your YouTube channel? Because all of my past readings from months and months ago are private. So what I do is I do a live stream and the replay is only public to the channel for like a week, maybe 2 weeks at max. I keep the group readings open and public, but like the dynamic readings, I keep them private after a week. Okay, so I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm planning to make those, although all my old readings from the very beginning, public for only the ones that are on my Patreon, which I will be launching very soon. But yeah. Anyway, what is Jihoon's contribution to the dynamic with Junkyu? What is his contribution to the dynamic with Junkyu? Yeah, I make it private because of manifestation purposes. There's a lot of downloads from the first ever reading up till now, right? And I want as much as possible for most of them to manifest. But the only way to properly manifest is you don't think about it, you don't go back to it, you don't dwell on it. So I make it private so people don't repeat it. So people don't go back to the reading and watch it. I'm like, oh my God, Jan said this download. Why is it not happening yet? That's why I make it private, because I don't want any more delays for the manifestations of the future downloads. Okay, so, right. All right, so Jihoon's contribution to the dynamic, that's sweet, but we kind of knew that already. Hey, look, it's... Okay, so first card for Jihoon contributing to Junkyu, we have the Hermit card. All right, the Hermit card. This is Virgo energy. Junkyu is Virgo, right? He has a Virgo sun, represented by this octopus here. The octopus is always in isolation. It lives on its own. It doesn't meddle with any other kind of octopi. So it just kind of goes on its own. It blends on its own. It does its own thing. It's very Junkyu. But why this is here, why is this a contribution? Because in spite of Junkyu being such a hermit, being such a isolated and solitude type of guy, we have the star card. So Jihoon's contribution here is a lot about, being like the light at the end of the tunnel, kind of encouraging him in ways that not a lot of other people can. And I think this is because, how I should say, Jihoon because he's like the only watery sign of treasure and has those empathic abilities, he understands Junkyu in a way that Junkyu doesn't think anyone else can. Now, another fun fact in astrology is Pisces and Virgo are sister signs. So if you look at it in astrology, you can say that Jihoon and Junkyu have that kind of connection because they're sister signs. Most sister signs have that like instant connection. Yeah. Yeah, so there is that. So if you're ever wondering why in astrology Jihoon and Junkyu are so instantaneously connected to each other, it's because they're sister signs. They're opposite, but they're so similar. In the spectrum, in the zodiac wheel, if you look at where Pisces is up north, you'll see Virgo right underneath it across him. It's because they're sister signs. They are polar opposites of each other, but they get each other. Okay, so they're sister signs. And if I recall correctly, it works out as well for is it their Mercury? I think it's their Mercury sign. Is it their Mercury? I think it's their Mercury. 1 second. Let me just recap real quick because I don't remember all the time what's going on. Okay, yeah, so I'm dead. No, is it not? Okay, no, it's just their sun sign. Okay, I was incorrect. It's fine. My memory isn't always that up to par. So, okay, let's move on. Yeah, those two sister signs, so that's why it's easily connected. So if you know your sister sign, say like if you're a Gemini, then your sister sign is a Sagittarius. If you're a Leo, your sister sign is an Aquarius, and vice versa. So if you're a Libra, your sister sign is a Capricorn. So yeah. Anyways, Jihoon's contribution, giving him light at the end of the tunnel, giving him perspective, giving him hope. So if you look at it, you have also the Knight of Swords. Knight of Swords talks about how you should say Jihoon gives him other perspectives, or gives Junkyu, I guess, because if I'm saying it this way astrologically, Junkyu is much more logical. Jihoon's much more emotional. And that's what happens here. And not to mention, okay, you have Junkyu's Capricorn moon versus Jihoon's Cancer moon. You have an earth versus a water moon. So it's about being too stubborn with your emotions or not trying to emote as much as possible. That's on Junkyu's end. And then you go to Jihoon's end, he's all emotional. He's that sensitive, or he's that, empathic emotionally. So with the Knight of Swords, Jihoon's contribution to Junkyu is about being open about your emotions, or being, really vulnerable about your emotions and being able to share them. So being much more expressive. Even though Junkyu is expressive, if you look at him in serious moments, he doesn't. He chooses to be very still. Okay? All right. Anything else that Jihoon contributes to this dynamic with Junkyu? Yeah. So you may not see this, right? You may not see it. So here's the thing. I think for all of the Junkyu readings that I have done, like the dynamic ones, I've always said that Junkyu is really good at grounding other people. He's good at grounding other people, but he's not good at grounding himself. And I would say that happens to be a lot with Junkyu being a Virgo, being ruled by Mercury. Mercury is the planet of your mind, your logic, your communication, travel, technology, whatever. But Mercury is about your logic, everything that happens in the mind. And being a Virgo, he gets stuck in his mind sometimes, right? And I said before, he's good at grounding other people, but he's not good at grounding himself. He gets a little panicky or gets stuck in his head. Now, meanwhile, Jihoon is probably the only one that can ground Junkyu. Probably the only one so far. So far that I've read Junkyu dynamics, it looks like Jihoon's the only one that can ground him, that could like mellow him out, that could put him in his place. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, get it? So we have the Eight of Swords. This is why I say that he gets stuck in his brain, or he gets stuck in his thoughts, kind of anxious in his thoughts, but he puts himself there. Okay, no one is putting him to get stuck or suffocate in his thoughts. Junkyu is the only one that does it to himself, right? But Jihoon, we have Jihoon coming in with the Temperance card. Temperance card talks about grounding, balance, harmony, alignment. So Jihoon comes in and he's like, hey, let me get you out of there. Why are you thinking too much like that? Let me get you out of there and just chill out. Okay, just relax a bit. So there's that. Okay, there is that. Anything else before we proceed to Junkyu? Yeah, the Devil card. The Devil card is about insecurities, flaws, doubts and regrets, resentment. That's inner thoughts. So very similar to the Eight of Swords. If you're stuck in the Eight of Swords, like you're being surrounded, these swords are being caused by the devil. So being chained, being shackled with your negative thoughts. But Jihoon comes in and he has the Two of Swords. He gives him perspective. He's like, hey, that you're just overthinking it. You're overthinking it. Right? You're overthinking it. We also see we have the Five of Wands in reverse. Five of Wands is all similar. So we have Five of Wands, the Devil, and the Eight of Swords. These are all similar cards about being stuck in your own brain or your own thoughts. You are putting yourself in the negative aspect. So Jihoon helps Junkyu remove himself from that habit. Okay. All right, let's move forward because it looks like it's just the same energy. Let's go to Junkyu. So what is Junkyu's contribution to the dynamic with Jihoon? What does Junkyu contribute? Oh boy. I'm loving it here. Okay. I love it so much. So Jihoon, a whole water sign, right? He has water signs everywhere in his chart. Jihoon, he longs for attention. He longs for attention. He likes love. He just loves being coddled. He loves having having the spotlight sometimes. And I honestly feel like, looks like here Junkyu is the only one that tolerates him. He'll have his moments where he will fight Jihoon and he'll be like, no, I don't want to, like, stop it. I don't want to give you any of that attention. But if he feels like he's in a good mood, Junkyu's just like, you know what, whatever, like, I'll just give in. I'll give in and he'll give what Jihoon is asking for. Like, if he wants to, have a laugh and he wants to, like, be made fun of, or he wants to make fun of Junkyu just lets him. And so this is being represented by the Ace of Cups. Okay, this is this is about the Ace of Cups saying, yeah, okay, I'll let you. It's not like I'm gonna let you kind of overpower it, but if you really want, if this makes you feel any better, fine, I'll give you that. I'll just give you that. So King of Swords, also, this is the toleration part. So King of Swords he's still the logical part of the duo, but again, he has those boundaries. But when it's like the time is right, then he just lets Jihoon, because he knows it makes Jihoon feel happy. It makes him feel good. He is. We can totally see Junkyu sometimes let Jihoon do whatever he wants. Yeah, no, absolutely. That's exactly what the cards are saying. So that's something kind of special between the two, because if you look at other members dealing with Jihoon, they kind of complain too much. Junkyu complains as well, but I feel like it's not as rare as the others that complain. And it's funny because when Junkyu does complain, he's still the loudest. He says it when he complains or whines about how Jihoon's acting up. You know what I mean? Junkyu may not complain as much as the rest, but he is still the loudest about it. It's just really funny. So okay. Wait, that's soft. That's actually really soft. Okay, so okay. Bottom of the deck, interesting. Bottom of the deck was the tower in reverse. So how do I even explain this? Jihoon's very he could not all the time, but Jihoon could be very destructive to himself. Like in a I guess kind of confidence wise. So here's the thing about Pisces placements. I said this in the Jisahi reading, but Pisces placements are really good at pretending they're okay. They're really good at pretending and putting up a front that they're good. They're fine and dandy, but inside they're pretty destructive. Like they're really good at talking down to themselves. And it looks to me that Junkyu is the one that takes observation on that the most out of all the members I've seen so far. Yeah, Junkyu observes it. And I think this is also something that they share in common with that Nine of Swords I had earlier for those two. So the Tower in reverse just says Jihoon has his own destructive moments, especially when he's alone. And Junkyu takes notice of that. Okay. Jihoon and Junkyu, basically because they're sister signs, there is that similarity there. So Junkyu notice it. Virgo is very observant that way. We have the Page of Wands in reverse, so this is about confidence levels being fluctuated. Goes up and down, up and down. Junkyu. Secretly, he needs his space, right? Junkyu's like, look, I need my time alone. I need my space as well. But he knows it to himself. Look, this Five of Cups is here. He knows it to himself that Jihoon handles being alone much like way worse than Junkyu can. You can't leave Jihoon alone. You can't leave Jihoon alone. Don't leave Jihoon alone. He has to always be with someone or he has to do something. He has to always be on the go. You have to keep him distracted. Jihoon has to always be active. Okay. And so Junkyu's highly aware of this. He notices this. And so when he thinks about it, he's like, oh, is Jihoon alone? Fine, I'll answer him. Fine, I'll reply his text. You know, I think that's all the water that's there. He has so much water in his birth chart, so kind of going with the flow, but also wanting a lot of attention, wanting a lot of emotional fulfillment. Okay, self-sacrifice. Yeah. When cuddling, he lets Jihoon cuddle. Yeah, exactly, Tin. Yep. When, yeah, I think which treasure map episode was it? 32. Treasure map episode 33. Some one of those when they were doing the Junkyu and Hyunsuk's similarities, right? Jihoon cuddled him and Junkyu was so over it, but he let him anyway because he knows that makes him happy. So Okay. All right. That's actually pretty deep. I would say with these cards that I have in front of me, Jihoon has codependency, just not drastic ones, just habit of like it's the clinginess part. So he has slight codependency habits or tendencies. Junkyu's also noticed this. So he actually, without really intentionally doing so, he teaches Jihoon how to be okay with doing things alone. He teaches Jihoon how to be okay by doing things like on his own, minding his own business, finding comfort in solitary environments. So Jihoon going forward, you know how you this reminds me of like one of his V lives, or maybe it was Weverse. He said it gets lonely when he goes to Inkigayo by himself, in spite of him being with other people that he works with. For Inkigayo, he explained that he gets lonely easily. And so, in that same aspect, Junkyu's like, why are you feeling so lonely for? You are still with people, then just kind of meld in with everyone that's with you. So he slowly teaches him how to adapt in other situations or in other environments. Okay, I say this because we have the Nine of Pentacles. This talks about independence. Jihoon is very independent. He is very independent, but the disadvantage here is even though he's super independent, he's not independent in the way I need to word this better. He's independent, but he still needs validation. He's independent and but still needs validation. He could do ish on his own, right? But he still needs the longing for the spotlight. Like, oh, you're doing well. Oh, we love that you do this. Oh, you're so good. You know, you have to give him a lot of hype. You need to give him the attention that he's doing well. Okay. We have the Temperance card in reverse. So with, again, next to the Nine of Pentacles. So everything that he does independently, it needs to be balanced. Sometimes he does things on his own, hoping people will notice it without saying it. You Pisces placements. I know you Pisces placements do this a lot. You like to act like you're all chill and you're like, yeah, I can do things on my own. Yeah, I've got it. And then deep down within you're like, did they not see what I did? I did that though. I did that though. I'm calling you out, Pisces placements. Yeah, I know you guys. I'm like, y'all y'all are pretending. Y'all are pretending you're all a fine and dandy, but deep down, it's like it's like the last treasure map episode when Hyunsuk was talking to the fan on the phone, and he's like, all we hear is Hyunsuk Hyung, Hyunsuk Hyung. So it's the same thing. It's like Jihoon acknowledges that everyone is his face in that moment couldn't stop laughing. And you know what's interesting about Pisces? They're good at, so I said, right, they're good at pretending that they're okay, right? They're good at pretending they're fine and dandy and independent, but then deep down they want that a reassurance or a validation that they are doing a good job. And then when they don't get it, here's the thing, when they don't get it, they don't get the attention. Pisces are also good at making, like, guilt tripping people. Why am I roasting Pisces today? Why am I roasting Pisces today? But yeah, they're really good at making you feel bad. And that's why. I'm sorry. I just think it was necessary to share. don't hate Jihoon. Who says I hate Jihoon? Anyway, moving on forward. Moving on forward. All right, so what kind of impact does this dynamic share? What kind of impact does this dynamic share within the group? What kind of impact does this dynamic share within the group? Wait, I just hear Hyunsuk. I just hear Hyunsuk. I'm sorry, but GQ's impact GQ's impact in Treasure, I'm just gonna say it. It's literally pure entertainment. It's just pure entertainment. Why? We have the Ace of Swords upright, and the Queen of Wands. The Queen of Wands is just like, okay, they're at it again, but somehow we're okay with it. This is just naturally how they are. And I instantly think about Hyunsuk saying, all right, stop fighting. But it's literally just pure entertainment. Queen of Wands it's a leadership kind of energy, but the Queen of Wands enjoys things up front. So it's about the entertainment part, enjoying things that you can see, hear, all your sensory stimulations. So Queen of Wands is up there. It's just like, yeah, I'm enjoying what I'm seeing, whatever, and like let them have their own kind of thing. And then the Ace of Swords is like the utmost small amount of bickering or the communication. It's pure entertainment here. Okay, it's pure entertainment. Excuse me. Business friendship. I did not watch M Spotlight yet. I was supposed to react to it, but I never got around to it. I should do that. Anyway. All right. What is the overall advice for them in order for GQ's dynamic to grow closer? What is the overall advice for them in order for this dynamic to grow closer? I'm like, it's getting hot all of a sudden. Summer in California is ridiculous. Anyway, what? What is the overall advice in order for GQ to grow closer? Oh, you don't need to be sorry. It's okay. Isn't it summer like every day there? No, not at all. Not at all. Okay. Okay. Let's see. Overall, actually I need an oracle deck. Overall advice for this dynamic to grow closer. Okay, so all right, so let's talk about we have the Five of Swords upright. So the Five of Swords plus the Knight of Wands. So overall advice, I think for the most part, they're very stable within their relationship or their dynamic. However, I will be honest here, these two kind of have their moments where they get a little too aggressive with each other. I mean, we've seen them bicker, but they do have their moments where they do kind of upset each other personally, like they get frustrated with each other, and it's just being spoken on the Five of Swords. So the cards wants to say, be careful. Don't let your, like, if Junkyu is too logical, then you gotta chill out with that, have more compassion, right? To Jihoon. And then for Jihoon, it's basically asking the same way but the opposite route. So for Jihoon, if he's being too emotional, then he has to make sure he's a little grounded with his emotions. You know what I mean? They balance each other out for sure. Junkyu's again logical, Jihoon's emotional. For Junkyu, he needs to manage his thought processes and put a little more compassion and emotion into it. And then Jihoon, he has to put more logic and ground himself a little more. So they definitely have their collision sometimes. So to get closer, they just have to be careful with what they say to each other sometimes. We don't see that, obviously. This is just them personally. But yeah, for the most part, they're pretty balanced, but they will have their moments. If they want to get any, closer or have a closer bond, then they should really be careful with how they speak on certain things, or how they speak and their tone, right? So, okay. All right. So let's go to some questions from the payers, or the ones that funded this reading. Does Jihoon get jealous when Junkyu gives attention to other members and vice versa? Wait, I should have looked over these questions first. Okay. Let's check that. I'm so done. I'm tired. The way I'm tired, but I cannot. Does Jihoon get jealous? I feel like, without pulling a cards, yes. He does. We have the Four of Pentacles. So look at the image here. So imagine Jihoon, right? Imagine this as Jihoon, and he's holding all of this, right? All of the coins, all the pentacles. This energy is like the same energy as mine, no, my attention, my Junkyu, my, that kind of energy. He's like, but what about me? It's the same thing with anyone, not just Junkyu. But since we're only talking about Junkyu, yes, it's a yes. He doesn't say it. But within himself, he does feel it. But it's not just with Junkyu. It's kind of like, I guess the same thing with like the last treasure map episode. When Hyunsuk got all the attention, he's like, well, what about me? We're here too. Or one of their older episodes when they were doing the school uniform and Jung-hwan chose Doyoung, right? Jung-hwan chose Doyoung when Junkyu and Jihoon both chose Jung-hwan. And remember, Jung-hwan was like, 언제? Yesterday, I got close to Doyoung. But Jihoon was just like, well, what about me yesterday? So it's yeah, that's Jihoon for you. Okay, how about Junkyu? I feel like Junkyu doesn't care. Or he might, but he's better at removing himself from that energy. Does Junkyu get jealous? I don't think he does, to be honest. I think he's chill. Yeah, Junkyu's a lot more chill. We have the Ace of Cups for Junkyu. Junkyu does like the attention as well. Don't get me wrong. I've always joked around about this. Junkyu loves the validation too, similarly to Jihoon. But when he doesn't get it, he doesn't get stuck on it. He doesn't get butthurt about it. Junkyu, Ace of Cups, means that he knows if he's not going to get attentions from anywhere else, he's like, fine, I'll just deal with my own self. I'll just give myself some love. So okay. Now, let's move on to the next question. I'm not going to answer all of them. I'm just going to kind of skim through. Who is the most affectionate one and who's more clingy? Do I even need to answer that one? Watch. Who's the more affectionate one? The more affectionate one. Look, that's the tower in reverse. So I love GQ. You guys know that. I love GQ. The tower in reverse, it's Jihoon. It's definitely Jihoon. Yep. So Jihoon. Clingy one. Yeah, that's definitely yeah, it's Jihoon. We have the we have the tower card for Jihoon, and then we have the star card for Junkyu. So Jihoon kind of loses it a bit. But you know what? He's not ashamed of it. We have the Two of Swords. He's not ashamed to demand love or to demand attention. I think that's really admirable. Sometimes people complain like, why is he not giving me attention? Well, did you talk to him? Did you tell him? You're not going to get that issue with Jihoon. Jihoon is going to be very transparent with you. He's going to tell you up front. He's like, hey, you're acting weird around me. Why don't you give me give me love or whatever? And other people, they like to pretend like, oh, why they're not, they just kind of go around the situation. Stop exposing. I'm not exposing Pisces anymore. I'm just saying. Okay, moving on. Who is more mature in this dynamic? Okay. Who is more mature in this dynamic? Do they help each other grow as the people that they are now? So who is more mature in this dynamic? So first off, Jihoon is a soul age 1. Okay. Jihoon is a soul age 1 and Junkyu is a soul age 2. They're both the youngest of the group. Right? GQ is the youngest out of Treasure. Jihoon's 1, Junkyu is 2. What does that mean for them dynamically? I mentioned this in the Treasure group reading, the first one, and I said that while Jihoon is 1, because soul age 1 people, because they're so youthful, like as their soul is, in the human life form, they like to manifest as much as possible. They like to discover a lot of things. They like to strive for a lot. They like to put in things into fruition. And for Junkyu, even though he is also still very young, he's not as reckless as a soul age 1. So Jihoon can be a little too extra carefree, whereas Junkyu, he knows a little bit better than a soul age 1. So dynamically, I would say Junkyu is much more mature than Jihoon anyway. But let's see what the cards say. Jihoon. And literally, I kid you not, of the consistency. Look. I love it. Let me show you the spread right now. So it looks like this in front of me. So this is Junkyu, right? This is Junkyu, Ace of Cups. That's 1. Ace is 1. In between that is 3 of Wands. Okay, this is in between this. Jihoon is the Fool. Look at the number, 0. All right, 0. So like a similar thing. If you're doing soul age-wise, you have 1 and 2. Here you have 0 and 1. 0 and 1. Look how consistent that is. So when we have Jihoon, he is literally the kid. He's the kid, very excited, is striving for new things. He wants to explore new things. And then, but being the Fool card still has a lot to learn. It's all just eagerness. It's all just, passion. It's all just drive, right? It's all eagerness. And then Junkyu, Ace of Cups, aces, knows a little bit more. They know a little bit, like they are at the beginning, but they have an idea of what they need to do, right? They have an actual idea. This is reckless. This is not so much. And then Three of Wands in between, this talks about their soul journey or looking at their life, looking forward to their life. So look how consistent that is. Okay. So Junkyu, it's definitely Junkyu. All right, moving on. How do they help each other in times of trouble? How do they help each other in times of trouble? Let's actually use this deck for now. How do they help each other in times of trouble? How do they help each other in times of trouble? Let's see, Jihoon real quick. Clarifier, please. Okay. How do they help each other in times of trouble? So how does Jihoon help Junkyu in times of trouble? So whenever Junkyu has like any kind of guilt or setbacks or resentment or regret, Jihoon comes in with the Seven of Cups energy, giving him options, teaching Junkyu how to open up other options, looking at other perspectives, other opportunities and chances. So the Seven of Cups, okay, it's like, here, how about we do this? Or if not that, let's try this. You know, just kind of, again, looking at from different angles, different opportunities in times of trouble. Different methods and how to approach a situation or a problem. Okay. Now let's check how Junkyu. How does Junkyu help Jihoon in times of trouble? How does Junkyu? GQ? You know what GQ is? GQ is the, how should I say this? GQ is like the cause and effect kind of dynamic. Basically, like clean up after each other. It's like if Jihoon is in trouble, Junkyu helps him out. If Junkyu's in trouble, Jihoon helps him out. It's a cause and effect. It's a circle of life with these two. So for Junkyu, we have the Purpose card. All right, the Purpose card. Whenever Jihoon says or feels like he's lost or say he's confused about something, Junkyu can make him look at it from a deeper perspective. So maybe even though Jihoon has the Seven of Cups, that gives him multiple options. Junkyu, on the other hand, doesn't give him multiple options. He sticks to one, but he makes it look like it's bigger, has a bigger purpose. Okay, so whenever he's lost, Jihoon will have his moments where he's like, I don't know what I'm doing this for. Like, why am I still here? Like, why am I doing this? Like, what was the point? Why did I invest all this time or why did I invest all this energy and then it's not going the way I had thought it would be? And Junkyu here will be like, purpose. There was a reason for that. You just not seeing it. He grounds him there. Yeah. All right. Purpose. So I mean, as expected from Junkyu that likes to watch documentaries and about, you know, what's the purpose of life? How does the universe work? How did the universe form, you know? So Arthur Jan, can the cards tell if they have met both in their past lives? They can, but I promise you they haven't. I've read that already before in the first treasure group reading. They haven't. They're not soul connected. They are not soul connected. Okay. All right. Let's move on. Moving on to the next. Everyone's favorite question. So if they ever fought or bicker, who usually apologizes first? And how do they resolve it? Is it through action or words, etc.? Okay. Are you going to read giving questions from Twitter too? Yep, I picked some. Not all, but some. Okay, so how... Everyone's favorite question. If they ever fought, if they ever bicker, who's usually the ones who resolve it? Who do you think? Who do you think? Who do you think? Huh. Jihoon, Junkyu, mixed. Wow, I get chills because I love it when everything synchronizes. So Jihoon's a water sign. Jihoon's a water sign. Junkyu is an earth sign. Right? Jihoon is a water sign. Junkyu is an earth sign. Cups is water. Pentacles is earth. Look who I got for Jihoon. King of Cups. Right? Look who I got for Jihoon. He has the King of Cups. Cups is water. And then we have Junkyu. We have Pentacles, earth. Look at that. Look how cohesive it is with their element. We have the earthy Junkyu, and then we have the watery Jihoon, right? But between these two cards, it says it's Jihoon. Jihoon owns up first. Why? Well, because we have the King of Cups. In spite of him being a young soul age, in spite of him being a 1, the King actually represents being emotionally mature because he's in tune with his emotions. It's definitely Jihoon. And for one, another factor that I see between these two cards is that Jihoon doesn't like conflict. They both don't like conflict, but Junkyu can hold a grudge. Jihoon cannot. Junkyu can hold it for a little while. If he's upset, he'll hold on to it for a little bit. Jihoon does not like doing that. I think it's because he's just too much of a water sign. Earth placements are a little stubborn that way. Earth placements are a little stubborn, so they kind of hold it together. They hold it like they'll hold on to that reasoning. They'll hold on to that emotion for a bit before they let it go. So Jihoon, he kind of lets it flow. He can't hold on to grudges for too long. He needs to, if there's an issue, he will just try to address the situation. Okay? Jihoon, no, it's not even that Jihoon needs too much attention to hold it. It's not even like that. It's honestly just as watery as he is. He has, I kid you not, he has a Pisces sun, Cancer moon, Pisces Mercury, Pisces Venus, all that water, okay, all that flow. It's just him going with, riding the waves. If he feels it, there's no point in penting it up. Okay, there's no point for Jihoon to pent it up and suppress it. it'll be too much for him to bear. So if there's a situation and even if he has no fault, even if he has no wrongings, if it will help alleviate the situation, he will just go up and speak. He's like, look, I'm sorry. I'm sorry I hurt your feelings. I upset you. He will hold himself for the most part accountable. Okay. I'm Virgo, but why is my personality so Jihoon? I don't know. Check your other placements. Maybe you have Pisces placements. All right. Moving forward. So let's see. What positive qualities do they like about each other and want for themselves? Okay. What positive qualities do they like about each other and want for themselves? What positive qualities do they like about each other and want for themselves? So let's start again with Jihoon. What positive qualities does Jihoon like and want from Junkyu? Why? What? What's up? Yeah, I got it. So what positive qualities does Jihoon like about Junkyu and wants for himself? Huh. Wow. Okay. Jihoon admires Junkyu's ability to walk away. Whew. I feel that. I totally feel that. So we have the Six of Swords, and then we have the Eight of Cups. Six of Swords and the Eight of Cups. This ultimately, Junkyu has the ability, again, if it doesn't sit well with Junkyu, he'll walk away. He will get upset and he could sulk about it as much as he wants, but he knows when to step away. He knows how to remove himself out of a situation. He knows, like, if he needs to detach or disconnect, he knows when and how. Jihoon admires that because Jihoon can't do that. Jihoon, in a personal level, he dwells on a lot of things. So when Jihoon looks at it, he's just like, how do you just not get bothered by that and you just let it happen, you just go. And for Junkyu, it just comes natural to him. He's just like, it's not worth stressing over things I have no control over. It's not worth, it's not worth my time and my energy to hold on to something that's not working out. So basically Jihoon looks at him, he's like, damn, that's pretty good. Okay. Sometimes giving up is important too. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Junkyu's words, sometimes giving up is important too. Yeah. Saw a bad comment, report. Yep, exactly. So in the same aspect, yeah, that's definitely what Jihoon does admire. And the thing is, so how do I say this? I think Junkyu recently adapted to this habit, but say there's like hate going on, right? Say there's like bad comments going on. The difference between how Junkyu and Jihoon tolerates or deals with bad comments or haters. Junkyu, he'll do what he has to do, right? He'll do what he has to do. He'll manage it properly. And then he will obviously still be upset about it, but he won't let it control him. Or he'll try not to, at least. Jihoon, on the other hand, say he sees a bad comment or he sees, haters saying something stupid, right? he will also do the same thing, right? He'll call you out. He'll even call you out. He'll be like, hey, that's messed up. You shouldn't be doing that. Whatever. He'll look like he's really tough in front of you, like to your face. He doesn't have a problem doing that. But once he walks away quietly or internally, Jihoon's hurting. That's a difference. Junkyu can walk away and not let it control him emotionally. Jihoon does. It gets within him, even though he walks away from it. That's the difference. So that's why Jihoon admires that about Junkyu. He'd be like, "You're okay with this? Like, how are you chill about this?" Junkyu's just like, "I don't know. It's just." So, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know, right? So, is there anything else that Jihoon likes about Junkyu and wants for himself? Is there anything else that Jihoon likes about Junkyu and wants for himself? Funny because I find this kind of condescending. So Jihoon likes Junkyu's wit and his cleverness, but the weird thing is I find Jihoon to be just as witty or as clever. But if I kind of think about it, they are much. I would say that Junkyu is much more creatively clever and witty. It's much more subtle, and he can kind of do like his funny wordplay or whatever, or his words of wisdom kind of thing, right? His wits are there. Jihoon, he has his wits as well. However, it's much more blunt, it's much more in your face, and it's not as subtle as Junkyu. So Jihoon actually likes that. He gets like excited when Junkyu throws a banter, and he's like, "Whoa, like where'd that come from?" And it's so subtle, but it stings. It stings like a bee. And that's what Virgos are really good at, to be honest. Any Virgo placement, they're really good at giving you subtle banter. They don't mean it too powerful, but it stings. Like it just hits you right there. It hits you right there. You're like, oh, wow, where'd that come from? And again, like I said, Jihoon, he likes that because even though Junkyu can put up a front that, say he sulks about a situation, but the moment that Junkyu is on edge or you put him to his limit, he will stand up for himself, and he will do it in a very clever way, in a very creatively clever way, very witty. And Jihoon loves that. He does love that. And it also reminds me of during like the Mafia game. Junkyu was subtle about a lot of things in the Mafia game, that treasure map episode, but then again, the wits is like when Junkyu's just like, all right, bring it on. It's like Jihoon's like, where did this confidence come from? Where did this confidence come from? And he does it so carefully, cautiously, sneakily. Yeah. Anything else before we move on? Okay. All right, we're going to go to Junkyu. What does Junkyu admire about Jihoon, and what does he want? Like, what positive attributes does Junkyu like about Jihoon that he wants for himself? About Junkyu. I keep saying it. These two are the again, ebb and flow. They're cause and effect, right? So same aspect. Jihoon is impressed that Junkyu can walk away easily. Junkyu, oppositely, is impressed that Jihoon can stick around, can fight. Nine of Wands. It's the opposite. Look, it's the opposite. Six of Pentacles in reverse with the Nine of Wands. Jihoon's so generous. He's so generous. He's so giving. He just gives a lot. Okay, so in the polar opposite here. Look at the image. Okay, Nine of Wands. Imagine this to be Jihoon. He's already on his knees. He's already tired, but he is still holding on to his battle, his weapon. He's just like, you know what? I'm not giving up until it's really over. I'm not giving up till it's really over. Right? That's the image this Nine of Wands says, and this is Jihoon. So Junkyu respects that. Okay, Junkyu respects that a lot. He's like, I don't know how you're able to keep going after all of that. How do you bear with that? How do you keep pushing? How? And then the Six of Pentacles in reverse is like, how are you so giving when people, like, how do you unconditionally give this much? How do you unconditionally give so much when people can't even give you the same, like not even an ounce of the same that you give? So Junkyu doesn't want any of that, but like that kind of effort, but he does admire and respect that resilience. I agree with you, Days with Treasure. They do have a complementary dynamic. So this is kind of a bonus card. We have the Seven of Swords. This is sneaky, deceptive energy, and this is not for Junkyu or Jihoon. This is just in general. So say that we have sneaky energy happening. They both look at these situations differently. Okay, and see with Junkyu and then Jihoon. Yep. Oh my God. Wow. Okay, so here's the thing. Whenever there is a sneaky or hard situation where you feel tested and tried, right? You're just like, okay, here's another thing that we need to deal with. Here's some more BS. Junkyu, he will turn a blind eye. Right? He will turn a blind eye to the situation, Junkyu. Then you have Jihoon. You have the Sun. The Sun card, this is more of like a bring it on vibe. You give him a situation, Jihoon will be like, all right, try me. Challenge me. Junkyu will be like, nah, dude, I'm good. Junkyu is like, nah, I'm good. But respectively, complimentary, they wish they could do that for each other. Jihoon wishes he could do that. Junkyu wishes he could do that. Any kind of tough situation that they might be in, they have very different perspectives or different motives, but they do complement each other that same way. Wow, that's interesting. Yeah, isn't it? Don't you love tarot? Don't you love tarot? Okay, moving on. All right, so how do they work together professionally? Okay, how do they work together professionally? I love that you got that example for a trying situation. Yeah. Thank you. So, how do they work together professionally? The question is, do they work together professionally? I'm just kidding. Every time I think of of GQ, I just feel like they just joke around 24/7. I'm just kidding. All right. How do they work together professionally? I knew it. I knew it. I call it. I call it. They don't. They don't. They don't work. They like saying that. So whoever was that, whoever said that we are business partners, okay, that's a load of bull. It's a load of bull. They don't. Why? Because look, you literally have look, Hyunsuk came in. You can't put these two in the same room. You can't put these two in the same room when work has to be done. You put them in separate. Stop it right now. I'm tired. I can't. I'm tired. The literal Empress came out and Hyunsuk's like, no, 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 no. I'm the one that tells them to chill. Okay. Hyunsuk. I am dead. This has never happened before. This has never happened before. Oh, that's hilarious for real. Oh my god. The way, yeah, see? We have the 3 of coins or the 3 of pentacles. This is not a dynamic. Whenever you get this card, this is not a dynamic. This is not between two. This is a collaborative field or collaborative momentum or a third party situation. You can't put the two in the same room if you need business or if you need work done. Someone needs to intervene. Someone needs to step up. There needs to be a third party. 3 of... And it doesn't have to be Hyunsuk. It can literally be anyone else. It could literally be... Oh, God. I'm tired. Why? Literally, why? You know what it reminds me of? You know who was a good example? You know who was a good example of the third party situation as well? Is my favorite 3. My favorite trio. Jihoon, Junkyu, but then you have Jaehyuk. If you put Jaehyuk in between Jihoon and Junkyu, yeah, they goof off together as well, but Jaehyuk is the most grounded between the chaotic 3. You put Jaehyuk in between them, he will lead those 2 for the most part. The part-timers, yeah, exactly. Yeah, you put those 2 together. And like, look at the BS that Jaehyuk had to deal with in the... Which episode was it? The sports one? The very first one when Jaehyuk was levitating because he was in between... he was in between Junkyu and Jihoon and they were running the relay. I died at that part, by the way. But look at the BS that Jaehyuk has to deal with. There's no... It's such a mess. Jaehyuk's like, look what you made me do. I can't walk properly because of you guys. I can't. So there has to be a third party. Mashio, yes. Mashio is a great example as well. Mashio is a great example. You put Mashio in between Junkyu and Jihoon, it's the same damn thing. It's the same damn thing. All right. So Yeah. How do they work professionally? They kind of don't. You have to tell them. Someone has to tell them to work professionally. Next. Okay. Is there something that they would like to say to each other, but they can't say it in person? All right. Is there anything that they like to say to each other, but they cannot say it in person? Or how do they feel about having each other? Wait, what? Is there something that they would like to say to each other, but they can't say it in person? Yeah, let's just go with that first. Okay. All right. Is there, okay, time to channel them even more. Let's start with Jihoon. What does Jihoon want to tell Junkyu that he cannot say? By the way, I'm not exactly speaking for Jihoon. I'm just going to relay the messages of the cards. So word for word, I'm not saying that this is exactly what Jihoon's trying to convey, but this is just how it is being portrayed through the cards, okay? So what would his energy like to tell Junkyu that he cannot really say? So, all right. This is actually a really short message. Like I have a good enough amount of cards in front of me, but the energy is very, very blunt, very power forward, very straight to the point. So, one thing that kind of lingers within Jihoon's energy is he wishes Junkyu would allow him to help him. So I have the 10 of Wands. The 10 of Wands and the 9 of Pentacles and the 10 of Pentacles in reverse. Straightforward, this is like, why won't you let me help you? Why do you do this by yourself? I know you don't want me to take on too much because I already do a lot, but why won't you let me help you? Why won't you let me offer you help, like in other things? Why do you bear that alone? Why do you do that alone? Like, why do you handle it alone? Why do you feel obligated to handle that alone when I can help you? So it's pretty straightforward. Pretty straightforward here. Okay. Pretty straightforward. Next, from Junkyu's end, what would Junkyu like to tell Jihoon that he cannot? It's very soft. I'm tired. Why are they like this? Oh, Junkyu. So here's the thing about Virgos, right? Virgos, I see you. Virgo placements are very good at Virgos are very good at playing hard to get. Playing hard to get. So I say this with the 5 of Pentacles, the 4 of Cups, and the World card. This says, look, I know I clown on you a lot. I know I act like I don't want to deal with you, but I do get worried about you. I do care about you. I do have concern over you. I do want to help you. I do want to be your friend. I do want to, help you out. Even though I do even though I show that I'm like most of the time annoyed by you, but real talk, I do care. Okay? I do care and I want to help you. Right? I want to help you, kind of thing. So, isn't it uncanny? These are messages that they cannot tell each other, but they're very similar messages. And this is why communication is so important, because you just never know that the other person you're thinking about or you're wondering about is feeling the same way. Look how uncanny that is. They both can't say this to each other, but it's like the similar yet opposite aspect of the message. Like, just say something. Just say it already. Like, is that so hard to say? Is that so hard to say? I told you, it's like looking in a mirror. It's like looking in a mirror. All right. Moving on again. Okay, I like this question. So, what is the thing that irks them, like that annoys them or pisses them off, but yet at the same time makes them love each other all the more? Oh, I love this question. You know who you are. You know who you are who sent that question. I love that question. This should be a normal, regular question now for dynamics. So I might incorporate that. I really love that question. I love that question. So let me reread that again. What is the one thing that pisses each other off, but at the same time makes them love each other more? The more. Love it. I know that feeling all too well. It's like, God, you're so annoying. But why do I like it? You're like, why? Like, why do I respect that? Why do I still admire that about you? All right. Okay. Let's start with Junkyu this time, because I'm always starting with Jihoon. Let's start with Junkyu. So what is the one thing that pisses off Junkyu from Jihoon, but still makes him admire him even more, right? What is the one thing that irks Junkyu, but at the same time makes him love Jihoon even more? I think you are like that towards Jihoon. I am like that towards Jihoon. I'm not even going to deny it. Like, I told you, I don't even hate Jihoon. Okay, I don't hate Jihoon, but man, he's so annoying. But we love him. So what irks Junkyu? I agree, Junkyu. That's actually exactly how I feel as well. That's exactly how I feel about Jihoon as well. So I'm dead. Oh God, I could feel this. I could feel this on a spiritual level. We have how do I word this? Junkyu hates it. Okay, Junkyu hates it when Jihoon can finesse his way in. Okay, Junkyu hates it when Jihoon can finesse his way in situations. We have the Seven of Swords in reverse. He knows how to finesse his way in certain situations, or he knows how to get out of it. He's really good at getting out of it, or he's really good at diverting a situation that it doesn't get focused on him. And Junkyu's like, how How? How? Just how? You know? He likes Jihoon's really good at causing some stir-ups, and then he can finesse his way in and he just yeets himself out. And Junkyu's just like, you did not just do that. But yet yet he respects that. He's like, damn, that's a skill. That is a skill. Okay, I say that wholeheartedly with the Seven of Swords in reverse. And I feel that too. Like, I've noticed that about Jihoon as well. I'm like, just how did you do that? Okay, get away from me. Right? Get away from me. We also have the Eight of Wands in reverse. Another, I'm going to say this is an extra. This is a bonus because the question only asked for one. So Eight of Wands in reverse, Jihoon's really good at stopping you in your tracks. He's a good distraction. He's a great distraction, and he can move you away and just completely make you stop in your tracks, right? You're minding your own damn business. You're doing your own thing, right? You're focused, you're concentrating. And then Jihoon, he's the epitome of sliding into your DMs and he's like, hi. And you're like, what the hell do you want? What the hell do you want from me, Jihoon? Okay. What the heck? Oh, Yoshi updated? He updated? Baby boy updated. Oh, precious. Anyways, sorry, I had to check it. But again, Jihoon is really good at distracting you. Like, you're minding your own, you're doing your own life, you're doing you. And Jihoon's just like, so, hi. And again, Junkyu's just like, seriously? Really? For real? Mood. That is how to miss to YG when releasing merch like it was. yeah, exactly. So yeah, that is the two things that irks Junkyu a lot. Moving on from Jihoon's end, what is the one thing that irks Jihoon, but he loves all the more? All right, what is the one thing that irks Jihoon? Oh my god, please. Stop it right now. I'm gonna simp so bad right now. I'm gonna yeet myself out of this for good. I'm done. GQ's the end of me. GQ's the end of me. No, I'm kidding. Real talk. Jihoon, it irks him when Junkyu intentionally. Jihoon gets irked when Junkyu intentionally acts embarrassing. And he does that because Junkyu knows how to be embarrassing, but he knows it's charming. He knows it's charming. And Jihoon will look at Junkyu and he will be like, how, again, same thing, same concept. How are you doing that? And why is that still charming to me? I don't understand. The cavity song. Oh, hi, Joyce. Hi, Joyce. Welcome, Joyce, back. It's been a while. So again, Junkyu can intentionally be embarrassing because he don't give a crap. He doesn't give a crap. He really doesn't. He'd be like, fine, I'll be embarrassing as much as I want. And Jihoon's just like, wait, hold on. But he deals with it. He tolerates it. Hi, Joyce. So, yeah, very funny. Very funny that Jihoon's just like, are you serious? But What's a good example? What's a good example? When Treasure was doing the quiz bell, the Golden Bell quiz, and they were just hanging out, like having their own pajama party. And you know how Jihoon tied up Junkyu and Junkyu was making those weird noises. He was making those weird noises and and Jihoon still stayed. Jihoon's just like, oh god, he's doing it again. But he tolerated it. He's just like, well, Junkyu just being Junkyuing. So yeah. We love it. We love GQ. Anything else? Anything else that irks? Oh. Can I say this? Okay, I'm sorry. I'm not going to say this one. This one's personal. I'm sorry. I'm not going to say it. Moving on. We're moving on to the next question. Moving on to the next question. All right. Excuse me. All right. Let's see. Moving on. What is Junkyu's wish for Jihoon and vice versa? Are they destined to meet each other? Okay. What? I don't need to answer that to meet each other because for everyone, we are all destined to meet everybody. So whoever you know, you were destined to meet them. So I don't need to answer that part of the question. Okay? I don't need to. Everything is defined. We were all meant to meet the people that we are encountering or associated with. Okay? So we're skipping that part because that's kind of like, come on, that's common sense. But what is Junkyu's wish for Jihoon and vice versa? I'm going to kind of tie it into another similar question that I got because it was worded cutely. So if Jihoon was, this question was adorable. I think she was inspired by the genie question. So if Jihoon was ever a fairy godmother, what would he want to grant for Junkyu? Okay. All right. So let me reword that again. Let me say that again. If Jihoon was ever a fairy godmother, what would he want to grant? What kind of wish would he want to grant for Junkyu? And vice versa. All right. Is Joyce still here tuning into this live stream? Girl, the Jihoon is on your level of this. Oh my god, Jihoon gets you in this. So one of the things that Jihoon wishes for or wants to grant for Junkyu is for Junkyu to I'm laughing because it's such an interesting memory that I'm having, but he wants Junkyu to live up to the most confident, maybe even the badass kind of vibe. Okay, he wants Junkyu to be the quote unquote the untouchable. He wants Junkyu to adapt or to try the concept of being the untouchable, his Leo Mars. And I'm dead, honestly. It's hilarious. It's so funny. Why? Why? I say this with the devil card. We say this with the devil card. I told you guys this before. Where the devil means about insecurities, your flaws, your confidence not being at its best. And so Ji-hoon also sees that from Junkyu, and he's like, man, Junkyu would be powerful if he was, on his A game. And so Ji-hoon, if he had that power, he would make Junkyu release that side of him. It's true. It's true, Joyce. She says, honestly, Junkyu knows, and that's why he's not giving it to us all. It's true. He does know it. And that's why, if he could grant it, he's going to force Junkyu to be in that concept. So, let's go vice versa. What does, if Junkyu can grant a wish for, for Ji-hoon, what would it be? Oh, that's... What? Sorry, just heard a lot of things all of a sudden. Huh. Huh. That's interesting. I'm actually confused about this. I'm a little stumped about this. That's a first. One second. Why is that? Jason, can you help me here? Huh. I don't get it. This sounds too deep for me to understand right now. You can't help me? Okay. Sorry, guys. I don't know what this means. Sorry, I just heard this weird... It's not a weird sentence. It's just, I don't know the meaning of it. I have the Wheel of Fortune. I have the Hierophant as a clarifier. And then I also have the Page of Cups. Cups, again, is water energy. Ji-hoon is water. And what Junkyu wants, what I heard specifically, it's like, I don't understand. It's like Junkyu wishes Ji-hoon can live up to a soul purpose that does not restrict him from anything else that he desires. Does that make any sense? I don't even know if I'm making any sense. It's a lot deeper. I don't know what that means. Like, why would he want... Like, why? Let me reword that again. I wish for Ji-hoon to live up to a soul purpose that doesn't involve any complications or involves any restrictions towards his extra desires. What does that mean? Look at that. It's a bit complicated, but it makes sense. Right. It makes sense. He's deep because he's a starseed. Yeah, he is a starseed. But they're not... Sorry, the cards are not telling me any details. I just literally hear the energy here. It's just like, again, Junkyu wants like what's best for Ji-hoon. He wants Ji-hoon to live up to fulfilled purpose. But he hopes that in the way of getting to that purpose, nothing else restricts him. Like if there's anything else he wants, I don't know. I'm sorry. That was too deep. That was way too deep. Like I get it, but I don't get it. Yeah, I'm sorry. Even I'm stumped. Junkyu wishes Jihoon to do the things he desires or his goals without restrictions. Kind of. So I'm gonna have to do this like, I don't know how to make an example. Say that because I mentioned soul purpose. I mentioned soul purpose. So Jihoon has a purpose on this lifetime. He has a purpose. Junkyu wants him to fulfill this big purpose. Okay, whenever one goes to this purpose, you're going to have other desires that will distract you, right? You're going down along a path to this soul purpose, but other distractions, other wishes, other desires are on the sidelines. If Jihoon wants any of those, he can. He should be able to. But Junkyu's making it sound like he's not, like he hopes that he can because there's restrictions. You know? Makes sense? Am I making better sense? He's like, yes, I hope you can achieve your soul purpose, but I hope you can also achieve these other things that you want along the way. Because the soul purpose is not about what you want. Soul purpose is about what you need. Right? Soul purpose is about what you need, not about what you want. So let me reword it. Maybe I can reword it that way. It's like, I hope that you can fulfill what you need, but you can also get what you want along the way. Make sense? Does that make better sense? Make better sense? I hope you can achieve getting what you need, but I hope you also get what you want. There you go. Okay. Sorry. I'm sorry. That was just too deep. I needed to break that down somehow. I'm sorry if I complicated it, because even my brain was like, huh? Okay. So, yeah. So sorry about that. Did you read Jihoon's soul purpose in his solo reading? I don't remember. That's the problem. I did so many readings on Treasure. I don't know anymore. I don't remember everything anymore. I don't remember anymore. I'll probably have to do that again on a solo reading, so. Meanwhile, TMAP editor, sorry, Junkyu, this was harder than school. Yeah, I remember that. I remember that. Oh, amazing. Okay, let's go back. If they were tarot cards, which card will they be? I love that. So I already assigned them cards. So I told you guys before in the previous reading that Jihoon to me is the moon card. But for me, Junkyu, you would think I would put him as the hermit because of the Virgo card. But for me, Junkyu is actually he's actually the temperance card. He's the temperance card. That's Sagittarius energy. I actually put him between two. I wasn't sure yet, but I had to debate him between the temperance card and the justice card. But I have decided Junkyu to me is a temperance. Why? Junkyu, with everything that happens around him, he wants his peace. Okay? He wants his peace, and he will do anything that he can to make that balanced. Okay? So temperance, the energy of temperance does that. In spite of hardship, in spite of complications, they will find a way to realign everything back in its place. And Junkyu the same way. And Junkyu can have his moments where he's like, oh, well, this is hard, but I'm going to do my ultimate best to try. That's just how heartfelt it is. Temperance is Sagittarius energy, and it's heartfelt that way. It's like wanting to it's like the feeling of wanting to, go on and have that free will, but making sure that everything else is still put in its place before anything. It's like, say that you are done with a job. Say you're quitting a job. You don't want to quit a job and leave the other people that you were working with hanging. So what you do is you set your coworkers for the fact that you are leaving. You're like, hey, I'm not going to leave you hanging. I'm going to teach you the ropes, and I'm going to put everything in its place, and I'm going to teach you how, things are going before I actually leave and move on to the next big thing. That's how Junkyu is. Junkyu's not going to leave you hanging. Junkyu is going to help you to the best of his ability before he goes on to the next thing. He's considerate that way. The Temperance is that way as well. So I assigned him to be the Temperance card in tarot. So yeah, Temperance, Sagittarius energy, and then Jihoon is the moon. Jihoon is the moon. He is much more than, like I said, the moon. You look at the moon, he is much more than just a shining light. Like, he's more than just what you see. The moon represents shadows. The moon represents, things that you don't really see with your eyes. There's much more secrets, delusions, mysteries, and Jihoon is that as well. There's much more than what you see. There's a lot to him than what you know or what you think you know, right? And there's a lot of power there. So, yeah. Everyone following, let's do an energy check. How are you guys doing? You guys good? You guys good? I think we're good to do predictions soon, but I'm just gonna look at the other questions just in case. How does Junkyu feel about Jihoon being one of the two leaders, even though they are the same age? Oh, I like that. All right. So after this question, I'm going to move on to predictions. How does Junkyu feel about Jihoon being one of the two leaders, even though they are the same age? Good? Okay, I'm glad. All right. I love it. So Junkyu's energy. He looks at Jihoon. He thinks it's fitting. So we have the Queen of Pentacles and the Seven of Wands. Jihoon may be chaotic sometimes, but he means well. He knows, especially when it comes to real life things, especially in their career, Jihoon does know how to play it down, and he knows how to be serious. So Junkyu agrees. He's actually impressed, and he thinks they need that because Jihoon's really stern when it comes down to it. So Queen of Pentacles, this is like the approval here. Junkyu's like, yeah, I think he'd be good. And then here's the thing. So we have the Seven of Wands, the defense card. So Jihoon being a leader is very beneficial. And there's like an advantage here because you can imagine Jihoon being like this. He's like defending treasure from all these other things going on. And he is a fighter, right? Jihoon's such a fighter, and he has the resilience, and he can shed that resilience, not just for himself, but for the group as well. So, yeah. Ate, how about the thread about treasure being tarot cards? Yeah, I don't have time yet for that. I will try as soon as possible. Yep, Seven of Wands came back out again. Okay, yeah. So it's pretty straightforward there. He thinks it's a good idea. He likes the idea. He has the respect there. He thinks he is a perfect fit. We have the Emperor card. So this is Aries energy. Jihoon has an Aries rising and an Aries Mars. So the Emperor, again, embodying like the capability to lead, to go by structure, right? And I think we all know this already about Jihoon. Jihoon's just really good at keeping it together. So, all right. All right. Anything else that I kept? Okay. So let's ask. So I like this question. This was asked before for G Sahi. Yeah, G Sahi. So if GQ could be any kind of fictional duo character, like cartoon character, what kind of dynamic would they be? What kind of cartoon character duo would they be? So I said that Jihoon and Asahi is Finn and Jake from Adventure Time. So let's see what the cards say about GQ. Who are they? I love it. Oh man, that's funny. Is that? I knew it. Okay. You might not. Okay. Do you guys know Rick and Morty? I'm going to say Rick and Morty, but also cat and dog. Do the cards also watch shows? How do they don't watch shows. They watch shows through me. Their knowledge is also shared knowledge of mine. My knowledge is shared knowledge of theirs. So they are Rick and Morty or cat and dog. Nickelodeon's cat and dog. Yes, they're definitely cat and dog. Yep. Why? Anyone want to know why? Cat and dog is classic. So if you know cat and dog, kudos to you. Kudos to you. So yeah. All right. Definitely. People typically like to say Tom and Jerry, and I could see why because of the bickering part. But cat and dog, they also bicker. Cat and dog also bicker, okay? They do. But they are tied at the hip. And then when it comes down to it, even though they're polar opposite, there's still one. It's definitely cat and dog. So Rick and Morty the same way. It's like, I don't know. I think I'm going to use both of them to apply to GQ because cat and dog is like their positive, like the lighter side of GQ, whereas Rick and Morty is like their darker side. Make sense? Make sense? Rick and Morty explains the dynamic between GQ and their darker side, like their hardships, the struggles, the adult side. But when it comes to, say, the fun part, the chaotic part, you would fit it to cat dog. Okay, so I see cat to be Junkyu and dog is Jihoon. Right? You see it? Do you see it? I'm going to look at the other questions. Yeah. And then in modern times, yeah, okay, good. It's so cute. What's up, Jason? Yeah, we're almost done. Okay. So let's actually get into some predictions. Everyone's favorite. Okay, let's talk about the favorite part. So if you have reached this time in the reading, you know how it works. Every time I channel and do downloads or any kind of manifestations for this for the future, make sure you don't dwell on it. Make sure you don't, overthink it. Don't talk about it after this. Pretend after you watch this is done, like it never happened. Okay. So prediction time. Prediction time. Ready? Ooh. What? Oh? Okay. Gotcha. Okay. All right. Predictions. Huh. Okay. So is this actually part of it? Is this part of that other download? Okay, it is. So I don't know if you remember what I said before about Treasure is gonna do some kind of show or like a content or footage where all of Treasure is in it, but they're divided. They're divided in teams, right? In pairs. And it looks like GQ will be one of them. Why is it telling me this though right now? Apparently there's like, how do I say this? When you see this happen, or when it does happen, this GQ pairing, you're going to look at this in a different light. You're going to look at this pairing in a different light. You're going to discover new things and different perspectives on GQ once this content or footage happens, this game that they play. Okay. So yeah. I think you should do that segment corner banner effects like, hey, it's prediction time, but you want to pay for that? That's software that I don't have, Vincent. That requires software. I don't have that software. If you want me to get that software, sure. Juseo. Juseo. No? Sorry, I'm not being I'm just clowning with you. All right, moving on. I'm not trying to be a smartass, I'm just saying. I think GQ pair for their summer camp performance. Am I seeing the right footage? Maybe. Maybe. Ooh, that came out of nowhere. All right. Everyone. All right, get your money ready, especially GQ stands. GQ stands, get your money ready. Why? There's a special photo shoot. I think this is finally the high-end photo shoot that I've been trying to manifest for the longest time already. Okay. It looks like this might be the high-end photo shoot. I've been praying for this for a long time. GQ. A GQ shoot, not even just Treasure, it's GQ. You know how some groups, there will be photo shoot magazines where it doesn't even involve the whole group? It's just GQ. You know what I'm talking about. There will be some groups that only, take a few members and they do a photo shoot. It's like Winner, they had Taehyun and Minho. In iKON, they had June and Jinhwan. Right? Or other, like in Blackpink, there was Jennie and Jisoo. In Treasure, Jihoon and Junkoo is gonna happen. Magazine. Or like in Big Bang, it's GD and Top or GD and Taeyang. You know what I mean? So GQ, I literally, yes, for a magazine, guys, for a magazine. For a magazine, a high-end photo shoot. I see it. It's gonna happen. You're gonna get a GQ. That was pretty clear, actually. You're gonna get a GQ photo shoot. I'm not gonna tell you which magazine, but it's a pretty big one. So there's a really high-end magazine. You can think of it. Could be either Days, could be Cosmopolitan, could be GQ, could be Elle. Could be any of those, really. And then not only that, right? Not only the high-end magazine, but you have also the fashion label that's gonna dress them. Lord. Vogue, yeah, it could be Vogue, possibly. I'm not gonna say which, but just a very renowned. When? Let's see. Within a year. Less than a year, like faster than a year. Let me see, particularly. No later than 8 months from now. That's soon. Manifesting, set it and forget it. GQ photo shoot. Let's go. GQ photo shoot. Good luck, GQ stans. Have you answered when will they have a comeback? I have plenty of times. All right. Anything else? Whoa! Why did this not come in the Jisahi reading? Okay, so okay, I get it. Remember what I said also about Treasure gonna do more parodies or whatever? Remember that? So it looks like Jihoon is finally not gonna be the extras, like all the extras, like multiple extra roles. He's finally gonna have a bigger part. Not the main part, but definitely a bigger part, like way bigger part. And then Junkoo is still going to be having a bigger part. I did say this for Jungwoo as well. Jungwoo's also going to have a bigger part, but again, I'm seeing more parodies coming, and Jihoon's ready to be again much more on the spotlight because he did such a good job acting as well. So. Okay. By the way, what was that less than 2 weeks tweet about on Twitter? You'll see. I can't tell you. I can't tell you what that is, or else it won't manifest. You'll see. Anything else? Are you? Oh. Wait, what? No way. There's gonna be a. Oh man. Wow. GQ stands. You are not. I need to put my deck down for this. GQ stands, you are not prepared for the amount of content that you are going to be getting from this pair. You are not going to be prepared for the amount of content, the amount of, I guess, impact that they're going to bring. And this was one of the questions too from Twitter. I did see this. It's going to be like, what kind of impact do they have in the industry? And let me just say real quick, GQ, they're going to be everywhere, literally everywhere. They're going to be kind of like representatives in a lot of things. Now, I say this because of the Six of Wands. They're going to be everywhere. Okay? They will be that duo that will bring a lot of eyes on them. Now, very specific in particular. Anyone want to see? This is not Inkigayo, by the way. Not Inkigayo. This is not Inkigayo. But imagine Junkyu and Jihoon being a host for something. Imagine GQ being a new host for something. We have the Nine of Cups. And this is actually something that they've wanted to do. They're going to be hosts of something. MCs of something. It's not Inkigayo. It's not even a music show, actually. So, a lot of things are happening for GQ. It's funny because every time I do downloads for a dynamic, most of the downloads I'll get are like solo, right? Or group, right? For example, G-Sahi reading, I had a lot of Jihoon downloads and Asahi downloads, but I never got like too much G-Sahi. GQ, there's a lot of them two together. Notice that? Have you noticed that? Oh my God. The way. Kind of glad I'm not a GQ stan. I'm kind of glad I'm not a GQ stan. Even though like they're like one of my favorite ships, I'm kind of glad they're not my biases. Okay. Anything else? Award show MC. Yeah, maybe. Imagine. Oh, that's a good point. Imagine maybe they like present the new rookie award for someone, for a new generation. Okay. See how. Whoa. Have we ever? No, we haven't seen them do that before. Ooh. Okay, I saw All of Treasure this time. Has anyone ever watched Icon TV? Have you guys watched Icon TV? And if you have you watched Icon get mesmerized or do the hypnotism episode where they get hypnotized and they talk about, you know, a memory that they want to go back into or a past life? I see Treasure doing this very soon. Treasure is going to experience hypnotism. Treasure's going to experience hypnotism. It could be very emotional and it could be very chaotic. We don't know. But it looks like Treasure's going to experience it very soon. Whew. Why is this making me... I don't know. I'm like a little tired all of a sudden. It looks like a hypnotism episode's going to happen. Why do I say that? Yes, because we have the King of Swords. This is the card of discovery or looking deeper, looking within. Okay, looking within. However, with the universe, we have the Wheel of Fortune, and then looking spiritually within because of the High Priestess. Okay, these are using your brain waves, King of Swords, brain waves, and going into that part of our spiritual self and looking deeper of our memories of our past and going in. Okay, going in. Is it Treasure Map Season 3 or another content? I don't know. I don't know. Could be either or. Could be either or. Anything else? That's a lot. Wait, why is the cards spoiling me today? The cards are spoiling me about GQ. I've never had this much details. Never. Are past lives real out there? Yep. If you believe they are. But yes, they are. Okay. How... We're going to go back to that photo shoot I mentioned about GQ. And we're going to go back. We're going to go back. Let me go back to that photo shoot. The high-end photo shoot magazine. You're going to hate what I'm about to say right now because this photo shoot is going to be done abroad. This photo shoot is going to be done abroad. It's not even going to be here, or not here, not in Korea. Why? Once it's clear again, once everything is good with the star card, once everything is clear and the star card is here, GQ is going to be traveling somewhere for this photo shoot. If they're coming to LA. Don't jinx that, Chris. Don't, Chris. Nope. Don't you dare. Don't you dare, Chris. I see what you're trying to do. I'm not trying to do some airport thing. Nope, we're not doing that. I'm done with that life. I'm not going to meet them at the Los Angeles airport. I'm not doing it. I can't do it. I cannot. But it will be abroad. They will go abroad somewhere. I don't know exactly where, but I'm going to book a ticket. Oh my God, you've done it? Actually, yes, I have. I guess you're kind of late because I used to be WinCon USA and I used to be a fan site. And I did airport all the time. Even when I used to be in Korea, I used to do airport. Yeah, I used to be a fan site for Winner and for Icon. Welcoming them at the airport in the US must be nice. Not LA. Not LA, no it isn't. Mm-mm. How long were you in Korea for? almost 2 years. Almost 2 years. But anyway, moving on. Who looks the best in person? Out of Winner and Icon, or what? Or out of everyone that I've met in person? I know, right, Joyce? Literally, I can tell anyone that I'm WinCon USA. Out of everyone that I've seen, the best looking in person. I'm not going to say who's the best looking in person. I will say the person that does not do justice in photos. And I will say Jinhwan. Jinhwan in person does not do it justice. Like the pictures you see of Jinhwan does not do it purpose it doesn't do it justice when you see him in person. And another one is Jinwoo for sure. I met a lot, actually. I met a lot, even non-YG. So if you know BAP, Zello doesn't do it justice. Doesn't do it justice. If you know BAP, if you know UKISS, Kevin doesn't do it justice. If you know CN Blue, Younghwa doesn't do it justice. I told you, I've been in this game for a long time. Anyway, who else? FT Island? I have seen FT Island, but I think all of them were equally just as amazing. Yeah. All right. Infinite? I think of Infinite too. Hoya doesn't do it justice. Ooh, Seungyeol doesn't do it justice. Okay, I'm getting distracted. Let's not talk about that right now. Any other downloads? I'm getting distracted. Sorry, guys. I bet Jan doesn't do it justice. I'm dead. You should ask Ben. I met Ben, and I don't know. You can ask him. I think I'm underwhelming. Other downloads. Oh, shoot. All right. I think this is the last one, but last but not the least. All right. Everyone ready for this one? I think this is what everyone wants to see. This is what everyone wants to happen. Anyone want a collab? A GQ collab? It's finally here. It didn't even happen the first time I tried to read GQ. A GQ collab. And I'm not saying this as an official drop. Maybe think of this as a performance. A GQ performance. No, it's not a subunit. It's a performance stage. Like a duet. GQ can't work together professionally. They can as long as they're supervised. As long as they're supervised. So yeah, it could happen. So GQ, let me explain. The Magician card. Okay, the Magician card is here. And to explain why this is here, this is about manifestation, willpower. This is something that they've been wanting. But then we have the Five of Pentacles in reverse. This is a disconnect from the actual group. And this explains the unit or the collaboration here. Now, we have the Ace of Cups. Okay. The Ace of Cups actually is specifically speaking about a certain performance. I saw it to be a ballad. I saw it to be a ballad. Ooh, I got chills. What did I say? Jihoon is water. Junkyu is earth. 2 aces. They are literally collaborating their ideas. They're literally collaborating their ideas. Look at these 2 aces. Water and earth together. Look, you also have the strength card, leadership, like taking a hold of this opportunity. Okay? Taking a hold of this opportunity to be cohesive. And then again, like I said, that magician card here. They are going to make something happen. Oh, okay. Thank you, cards. So that is what I have for this reading. Jesus, that's a lot. And I'm already almost past. I'm almost 3 hours. Holy crap. Oh, that was a lot. Yeah. I know, Jason. Jason's like, what the heck? I'm like, I don't know. That's a lot. The cards are telling me a lot today. So, a lot of GQ content's coming. There's a lot that you want to manifest, so don't think about it. Don't think about it. About the past life hypnosis thing, how would it work on Jihoon since it's his first life? So, Alyssa, right? You are correct because it is his first life. But maybe you were not here for the first treasure group reading. So here's a little thing that you may not know. But Jihoon, just because he's on his first life, before he became a human, on his first life right now, he actually used to be a spirit guide before. So if he ever did hypnosis and wants to look at his past life, they might look into his spiritual, him being a spirit guide before he became human. So yeah, maybe you weren't here for the first treasure group reading that I did. But yeah, we discovered that before. He used to be Doyoung's spirit guide. Mm-hmm. So if he had the opportunity, we might see his journey as a spirit guide, what he used to do or what he used to be as a spirit guide. Okay? So I have Jason. He's my spirit guide. So just imagine Jihoon being like Jason. Ooh. Sorry, my ear was ringing all of a sudden. You know what? I've already forgot what you said because of the too many things that happened. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Yeah, I explained this before. So it's possible that Jihoon will know that he's a spirit guide. Yeah, it's possible. It's possible if the hypnotist knows what he's doing, he or she is doing. If the hypnotist really knows, like it's legit, really knows how to hypnotize them, they can kind of bring up that information. Jaehyuk used to be an angel. He is a fallen angel. So anyway, yep, that is all I have. So before I end, let's look up some advice. What is the advice overall for the 2 and the fans? What is the overall advice for the 2 and the fans? Thank you. Ooh, the end of a tough cycle approaches. This is the same card that we got during Jisahi. So Jihoon and Asahi's reading. We had this before. Okay. So don't worry. I feel like things are going to fall into place. I think it's going to be okay. Be bold and make the first move. Okay. Always get that card. So it's been consistent. Look, the energy is gaining momentum. So guys, I Okay, you want to know why I tweeted in less than 2 weeks? In less than 2 weeks. Why? Because of this. Hello. Be careful. Be careful what you wish for. Okay. Last. Haha, a new start is coming. You always get this as well. All right, a new start is coming. Be careful. Be careful what you wish for. I've said this to you guys so many times before. Like, I guess you guys feel the drought. Whatever the case is, you feel the drought. But I swear, once the momentum kicks in, you're gonna beg for them to slow down. You're gonna beg for them to slow down. So, anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I am gonna go. This is like a long reading again. I always do this, but it is GQ and it's a lot. This happens every time I read Jihoon. So, but thanks, guys. I appreciate your time for watching, for doing this, and to all the pairs for this reading. Thank you guys so much. I am ready to knock the heck out because I am tired. I'm hoping tomorrow I will post my reactions to Akdong Musicians Naka and Minzy. Okay. Hopefully tomorrow my reaction goes for Akdong Musicians Naka and Minzy's Ti Amo. Si Ti Amo. So look forward for that. I'll see you guys soon. Okay. Thanks so much. Enjoy the rest of your day. I will get going. What's your favorite song? You know what? I actually still really like Battlefield, but Bench is really good. Bench is really good. Naka is really good. I am happy with Naka being the title song, so I really do like that one. Everest is nice too. Bye everybody. Take care. I'll see you guys. I'll be on Twitter for a little bit, then go to bed. But yeah, see ya. Bye. Take care, everyone. Be safe. Be happy. Stupid Love Song is really good. Agree. They're all really good. Talja. Bye. Take care. Oh, am I doing a reading tomorrow? Would we be doing a reading tomorrow? I am not. Well, I am, but it's not treasure related. It's not anyone related to. Yeah, it's kind of a break for you. Okay, you get a break from me tomorrow. You're probably tired of me, so you get a break from me tomorrow. I won't see you guys tomorrow. So you'll just get reactions instead. Bye.